Welcome to the Hooks Lattes Podcast. I'm Jason Thomas, joined with my co-host Michael.
Yo.
And introducing local Phoenix rapper and a dear friend of mine, K Kuma the Saiyan.
Yes, sir. What it do? 1, 2. Looking jab with some kung fu.
You can hear those lyrics through your headphones on Apple Music and Spotify because he just came out with a new single called Black Goku, available to stream on all platforms, and I'm sure you guys would love it.
Yes, sir.
So. First things first, we apologize for taking a break. It was 4th of July weekend, and due to scheduling, we just didn't manage to get through to it. So there's a lot to cover in today's podcast, most notable being the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier fight.
Yeah, all those little micro fractures that Conor got in camp built up over the weeks, and then in the fucking fight, he was just
it just caved in.
His leg just snaps in half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like Conor McGregor, but I was pretty happy to see Dustin Poirier win, just because I don't know. I like Dustin Poirier.
Yeah. That's
But
good
he's
right? Yeah.
because he just seems like a nice guy and hard worker, and it's hard for me to not back the American fighter. I'm very patriotic when it comes to stuff like that.
Okay.
That's right.
And also just the amount of shit that Conor was talking before the fight, I thought it was a little out of hand. So, do I think he deserved to get his leg broken? No.
Yeah.
But
right.
I mean, I'm kind of happy that Dustin won.
Yeah. Now, as for me and stuff, I mean, on a business standpoint, right? Let's talk about the amount of hype and build up. They went completely to shit, basically, right? They had so much going for the promotion of this fight, right?
Oh,
right,
yeah.
so much, right? I've seen everywhere it's about, I as a rapper, I'm not really into the boxing world just like that, but, it got so widespread that, it came to my little sphere a little bit, I tapped in a little bit, saw it happen, and I was just like, dang.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it with Michael at Buffalo Wild Wings with our friend Zay, who is one of the smartest guys I know, super well versed in many types of combat sports. Who he was supposed to be here tonight, but we all went to Buffalo Wild Wings and watched the entire card, and it was a great card. I'm more of a boxing purist, but I do enjoy little mixed martial arts here and there, and that was the first card I've ever sat through, start to finish.
Right.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm more of an MMA fan now than I was, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So I think it was a very well put together card, a very well put together show. And yes, the ending was a little disappointing, but
yeah. I mean, let's exemplify. Let me also just analyze that for a second. There's a good amount of people thinking Conor would win because let's be real, let's be honest and stuff. It's really Conor's shtick to be shit talker. Kind of a douchebag when it comes to trash talking the opponent. But it just like everything and all things in life. Unless you're Mayweather, it bit him in the ass, quite or in the leg, specifically.
In
right?
the leg, yeah.
Well, here's the thing about Conor McGregor. Before the fight, like I said, I'm not a big MMA guy, but I knew this. It depended on which version of Conor would have came out to that fight. Was it going to be boxing stance Conor or karate stance Conor? Because
I mean, at that point,
because boxing stance Conor wouldn't that's why he lost his fight against yeah, what I mean?
Boxing stance Conor hasn't won a fight in what?
I mean, I don't know if we even saw boxing Conor or sleepy Conor. You know what I mean? I don't want to tell you. Sleepy McGregor popped out that night.
I'll say. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah,
but
the floor is yours.
Dustin Poirier was beating the shit out of him before, so he would have knocked Conor out in that next round anyways. So he saved him embarrassment, I believe, from getting knocked out.
Dude, he was about to get another trip back to Dreamland.
But
there's gonna be 2 Sleepy McGregor chains. In my opinion, I think his ground and pound was looking really good.
Yeah,
but you got you gotta give it to Conor, man. He's still an entertainer, dude. Yeah. At the end of the day, he brings in the Bucks. Even after he lost, leg broken, sitting on the ground with Joe Rogan, he went, "Your wife is in me DMs."
Your wife was still in me DMs.
Yeah.
Man.
Still talking shit, and like I said, I like Conor McGregor. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know. and like he's still gonna make bucks, but
money, guap.
But he's never. I think he's past his prime now. I'm not saying as an entertainer or as in his money making.
Yeah, he definitely entertained me a little bit. You know?
Or in terms of his money making abilities, but I just think as a fighter, I think he's never gonna be as good as he wants. I think as soon as he once was. I think as soon as he lost to Floyd in 2017, he hasn't really been the same fighter.
I think
Have you noticed that? Like ever since then, it's that kind of like burning desire and the.
I think I was thinking maybe he'll go back to boxing.
Yeah, there were talks of him fighting Pacquiao.
Oh, Pacquiao?
Like a long time ago.
Pac-Man?
But that fight fell through. I mean, Pacquiao was supposed to fight everybody, dude. There was talks of Pacquiao fighting Garcia, like
Crawford.
Ryan Garcia, Crawford, and now he's fighting Spence, which
that's the real
which I'm very, very excited for.
Yeah, it's valid. No, that's valid. I want to see homeboy, come out, pop out with them hooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, I love Manny Pacquiao and I love Errol Spence, so that's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Right.
I really want to go to Vegas to watch it,
Right.
but I am broke, so I do
that's a
not
good
know
idea.
that will be.
That would definitely be a move though. I guess you're gonna have to start saving for that. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah,
Right.
I was thinking that Pacquiao would be one of the ones I'd love to see
Right.
live.
Because I don't know how many
fighting.
fights he has left. I mean, this could be his last fight. You never know.
Right.
That's true. I didn't think about that. He didn't say. He said he didn't want to retire after. So.
Right.
Right, but like, I mean, I have my money on Errol Spence in this fight, and I don't know. Like Pacquiao's getting old. I mean, he's already old, and I know that's. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a legend, but he's also a senator. You know what I mean?
Yeah, senator.
It's hard to balance that. He wants to be the president one day. You know what I mean?
On everything, man. Like it's really like a a civilian / superhero lifestyle if you think about it. On some Clark Kent type genre. But
That is
basically,
true.
yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Pacquiao pop out. To be honest with you, so I'm just trying to see where this fight goes for him. But I mean, all for the best. Obviously, I want to see the true victor come on top. The one who deserves it. You know what I mean? Because both are good fighters. Just about one just has a little bit more history and hype about about him.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see another draw or another fight fall through.
God!
Yeah.
Don't say the word draw in front of me, man.
Yeah.
All right. For any of you guys who didn't know, there was the Charlo fight on last night. Charlo versus Castaño.
Yeah.
And sometimes, oh my God.
Sometimes you want things in life to happen,
Dude,
but
no. Sometimes like the judging system, well, more often than not, the judging system in boxing really just pisses me off.
yeah.
Like I think that one of the cards last night, two of the cards were respectable. One of them was 115, 114, I believe, and the other one was I can't remember. But they were like realistic scorecards, right? And then the third one was like 117 to 111, and I was like, come again for Big Fudge.
Yeah, like what are you smoking for, right?
Right. And I'm like, I just think it's unfair
Yeah.
to like all these up and coming fighters who don't have as big of a name. Because like Castaño, I mean, like I love Charlo, right? But Castaño outlanded him in 8 out of the 12 rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a tragedy.
Right.
And like they're gonna fight again, but still, like I think Castaño deserved that win.
I don't know if Castaño's gonna win though. The next one, if they fight again, I feel like Charlo probably knows all of his.
Yeah.
Well,
Charlo
that's what makes it. That's the difference between a great fighter and a good fighter.
Right.
The ability to
Right,
make
right.
adjustments.
Right.
That's why Floyd was the best, because he could switch up his stuff mid-game.
True.
Shout out Floyd for that, for real.
Right on the
Right.
fly. With
Yeah.
that shoulder roll and all that.
Right, like think about when he got rocked by Shane Mosley. After he got rocked, he won every round.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Adaptability.
Like every time he looked like he's gonna lose, he came back and just beat the shit out of his opponent.
Yeah, just mollywopped off rip. You know what I mean? Just came in with the.
Even when he got headbutted too.
Oh
Like,
yeah, by Victor. But like, that was different.
Well, yeah, but he still got headbutted.
Yeah, man, he was.
Right, but like he pretended to hug him and then knocked him out.
That was pretty sick.
That's pretty wild. That's
I mean,
pretty
I
wild.
thought,
That's pretty wild.
I thought Ortiz deserved it. But
I thought that was pretty funny.
Pretty
Yeah,
wild. I mean, yeah,
that was
funny
funny,
too. It's comedic. Comedic effect and whatnot.
Although I do not promote, just on record, I do not promote
Foul
that
play.
in any kind of.
Yeah, fair.
I don't condone it. I'm just joking around.
I mean, as for me, whatever gets the job done, you know what I mean? But I mean, serious stuff first, it's like, yeah, it's a sport, you gotta respect it, right? So don't be foul about it.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna really listen to me on that. You're gonna do what you want to do, right? And that's how it goes. Yeah.
Floyd does what he wants to do. That's
Yeah, now he knows. For sure.
Like him fighting Logan. I mean, like, I can't believe that thing happened. You know what I mean? Like if you told me like 2 years, like, or even a year ago, like Floyd Mayweather is gonna box Logan Paul, I'd be like, I would have like this, like accused you of smoking crack or something.
Or like he just got checked out of a mental institute too. But I mean, hey man, it's
like that is such an odd combination.
I mean, I'll just say this:
Logan Paul, out of every human being on the planet, Logan Paul.
I would have thought maybe Jake versus Floyd.
See,
more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense and stuff. But you know, like,
well, Jake was just more active than.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he was active, and you know.
And he was winning. He won his fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So he.
I mean, like, at first I was really against the whole YouTubers boxing thing, and I still am.
Yeah.
But now it's just kind of entertaining.
No, I mean, let me tell you this first.
It's just funny.
I love it.
Let me tell you this first. You know, in between studio sessions and whatnot, I talked to Jason about basically, the YouTuber boxing, sphere and whatnot.
And for the record, I still don't enjoy the idea that they're like, making this much money or like the fact that they're actually professionals.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I mean, like, I can't do anything about it.
Right. Like, he's a very.
So I might as well just sit back and take in the chaos.
Right. So like, let it be known that it was like, he's very, very against it and stuff. But it's like at a certain point, like what a time to be alive, right? Like things move a certain way, move a certain distance. It's a different dance, a different tango out here nowadays. So I mean, for the most part. I mean, what you gonna do? Like one dude, has 6 million followers and whatnot, right? Trying to box a well-known,
Tyrone Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley.
See, this is gonna be.
That's a crazy fight that's happening too.
I mean, like, I respect to him for going up in opposition, but don't call out Canelo in the process, man.
No.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Hi, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the
Happy
GOAT.
birthday, Big Slime. What's up with you?
Wait, are you talking about Jake Paul calling out Canelo?
Yeah, remember he was like, I would eat you alive. I'm like,
nah.
Canelo would just beat you with his pinky. You know what I mean? Like Canelo could be hung over,
he's gonna wait till
Canelo could be blind and he would still beat Jake Paul.
No, I mean he'd be using the drunken fist like Rock Leonardo, but he'll still wipe his butt. You know what I mean? Right? He'll still wipe his butt. I mean, shoot, even me, I'm a big dude too. I mean, not big. I'm 5'10", 270, so, but I'm not, big like that. But for the most part, first off, if you try telling me, I'm going to be, jumped by Canelo or something like that, my first bet is to run away. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter how small he is, right? Bro. Yeah. And that's the one thing, look. That's the one thing.
He's a big boy, though. He's
5'8".
Well, I mean, I'm talking about, weight-wise.
Weight-wise?
He's thick. Thick with 3 C's.
He is thick boy.
With a Q at the end, too, bro. Off rip, right? Everyone tries going by height when it comes to these experienced fighters. A big YouTuber might go up against for example, Logan Paul and Mayweather. You know what I mean? Listen, bro, you're mad delusional if you're thinking Mayweather was gonna be given a hard time in that ring. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I practically damn near saw the man hold the kid up when he slumped him too hard. I mean, but that's just me, right? But with these YouTubers, you know what I mean? It's just for the most part. They're kind of bringing a new audience to the sport, right? Am I right? Because
are you talking about the YouTubers?
Yeah, the YouTubers, and TikTokers too. Combined, right? They just bring a new, fresh audience to it. I know many boxing critics or boxing veterans may be against the idea of all these little kids trying to be, I'm gonna be like KSI or Jake Paul, all that stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, respect to JJ if you're for real, I mess with his grind.
Who's JJ?
JJ, KSI's real name, just about. I'm on a deep level like that, but just about, it brings a lot of publicity to the sport. A lot of people are interested in, they're interested in it now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's real fighters coming up from among, the muck of wannabes, right?
Yeah.
And yeah,
There's a lot of people that will latch onto boxing that'll benefit the sport really well in the future.
Regardless.
Because of them.
That's the one. That's the one good thing coming out of all this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The interest, the inspiration to young kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's the wrong inspiration, but it's inspiration nonetheless. You know what I mean?
That's inspiration regardless and stuff. And wherever it comes from, it's appreciative. You know what I mean?
Apparently, I guess John Riel Casimiro trained with Manny Pacquiao. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Hey, you know what's weird? I couldn't believe this was true, but I looked up so I saw John Riel Casimiro tagged on Instagram in a post or something, right?
Yeah.
And I clicked on his account. He had 100 followers, and I was like, this has to be a fake account, right? And I looked into it. It's his real account.
Jeez.
What?
Dog, I have more. Damn, I'm a bigger deal than John Real Casimiro.
No, I mean, I got 2K on Instagram, pushing more than him, and it's hey.
Damn, he needs me.
Right, man needs better management, honestly, bro. I mean, if you're at that, if you're at that pedestal in your career, you deserve to be known for, And Instagram ain't a place for, wannabe influencers. It's for hardworking people who, put their stuff out there and do these things, especially for fighters.
That's a problem with boxers nowadays, though. They it's all training, but you also need to be marketable. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can't just be you can be the greatest boxer in the world, but if you have no marketability, no one gives a shit.
Right, going back to what I said about McGregor, right? And stuff, he be shit talking a lot, right? But for the most part, mad marketable. When it comes to labels and music, it's the same concept. Your artist needs to be marketable. They need to, bring a fresh taste to society. McGregor though is just Irish rage, just about, right? You know what I mean, Berserk in the cut, right? No guts, but basically for the most part, if we're gonna be give for example Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean, out here what he's doing is he's still doing his thing, being a phenomenal boxer, in the young age he is, but he's also hanging out with influencers nowadays, and considering like I said that TikTok, YouTube, and all that, social media in general is having a little merge with a boxing, just about. It's very beneficial because you get your name out there more, and that's kind of why most kids, know about Ryan Garcia because he's the one kid that hangs out with these stars and whatnot.
Logan Paul, Jake Paul,
right? All that stuff.
Perfect example of personality in boxing. I think everyone should look up to Tyson Fury.
Right.
Man, that guy knows how to sell a fight.
Right.
Dude, and the funny thing is I don't think he's even trying to sell the fight. I just think he's
he's being himself.
He's just being himself.
I kid you not, being yourself is the best thing.
I fucking love Tyson Fury, man.
Right, that's the best thing you can do in this world. To be honest with you, the funny thing is in that fight, going back to the what you call it, the YouTubers and whatnot, the last big event, the battle of the platforms and stuff like that. I saw there was a video of him. Yeah, that's actually nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. YouTube was kicking butt cheeks back and forth, except Deji, but we're not gonna speak on that. But for the most part, speaking about Tyson Fury, I actually saw a video of him giving one of the FaZe Clan members, FaZe Jarvis, a little pep talk about boxing. Kid you not, the kid pops out the next day, completely wipes the floor with Michael Lee. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically one of these, a big, you don't. But
this is why we bring Kuma on.
Just about,
for pop culture references.
Yeah, I'm with fighting and stuff too a little bit, but most of the time I'm I'm an artist as well, so I have to market myself more than, I'm still good at my stuff. But for the most part, when you think about it, Tyson Fury, he's someone you can learn off of and stuff. And he also opens up on, his depression and whatnot when it comes to, the boxing lifestyle and whatnot, being a champion and all that. And that's something that, like I said, helps you to be marketable because he's a relatable guy. You can relate to him, other than the fact that, he's a behemoth of a fighter, right? But regardless, right? Even if he's standing, 7 foot tall or something like that, just an exaggeration, it's all about marketing out here, kids. It's a business standpoint. If you're not going to give whoever you're managing money, when you're walking and talking, you're not going to go that far, my guy. It's simple.
Did you guys see that? Sorry, not to change topics, but we're talking about Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Did you see that Dillian White interview?
No.
Well, he went off.
There was
on
a
Tyson.
Dillian White interview.
Yeah, he really dug in at Tyson Fury. I'm gonna see if I can find a quote, but he was just talking about how Tyson Fury ruined the entire boxing, the heavyweight division, and I mean, I don't necessarily think that's true.
Why is he ruining it?
Right? How is
well, because he's I don't know,
because of the wait time or what?
The wait difference?
I don't remember what it was exactly. Oh, here it is. He said that he destroyed the current heavyweight picture, and pause for technical difficulties. I'm
No,
trying to
for
find the
sure.
actual quotes.
I mean, but from what I'm hearing right now, he just sounds salty. To be honest with you, like, I mean,
Probably.
Well, I feel for Dylan White because he's supposed to like he's been the mandatory challenger for like 2 years. He's never
Is
hasn't
he
gotten-
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's shitty.
Yeah, but like I don't want to give a fuck about Dylan White. I mean, I like him, but he's kind of a twit. I'm not gonna lie.
that's it. For real.
And he,
God.
he's gonna lose to like he's gonna lose to like what do you call it to he lost to Joshua. He would lose to Fury too. I think Fury would give him an even worse beatdown. to be
Yeah,
honest with
Fury
you.
will, really knock him out. And I mean, if anything, play with his food.
On
You know?
canvas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's where Deontay's gonna be.
I don't know, man.
I think it's gonna be repeat. I'm not gonna lie.
Spence took Wilder
Yeah.
in that fight.
Word.
Spence.
Spence took Wilder, yeah.
Spence.
In an interview.
Earl Spence. Yeah.
In an interview.
Yeah.
He took Wilder.
Word.
But
I was like, alright.
yeah, so White said that Tyson Fury's biggest skill is conning the public. Right?
But
He said Tyson Fury is a wanker and a disgrace to British boxing. If he has caught COVID-19 and gone around Las Vegas mixing with fans after canceling the Deontay Wilder fight, so I guess Tyson Fury was out and about after quote unquote testing positive.
Of course.
But the funny thing is, we just found out he wasn't positive. It was
He
like
wasn't.
negative or something like that, right?
But, so why does the fight get canceled?
I don't know.
I mean, but that's his business and stuff too. As long as he doesn't have COVID and stuff and whatnot, that's because that's the biggest thing. Like honestly, let's not endanger everyone. You know what I mean? No matter how big you are. But if he tested negative, right? I mean,
But yeah, then there's no.
Yeah.
I mean,
at that point, hop off the man's dick, right?
I mean,
Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really want to see. I don't mean, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't really want to see Wilder Fury 3.
I was morbidly curious about it because I wanted to see how bad he would lose.
Who?
Wilder.
Oh,
But I was also morbidly curious about
Joshua.
what would
right?
happen. What would happen if Wilder beat Fury somehow?
Well, I
Like,
mean, like, I don't
you
know,
know?
man. Like, I don't know. Like, it just sounds cool. Like the prospect of like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fighting the biggest fight in British boxing history.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
like
true.
all British. Like I'm not even British, but like, still, like that sounds sick. You know
No,
what I mean?
that sounds pretty. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty gnarly.
And like we've seen Deontay go down, and we know that you can't fight going backwards, and he's gonna lose all the rounds to Joshua unless he knocks him out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Wilder.
Yeah, I just think Joshua Fury is a more competitive fight than
Yeah.
Joshua Wilder.
Nah, for
Yeah,
sure.
That makes sense.
Does
That's
that
my
make
thing.
sense?
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
if I'm
that
coming.
makes-
I don't know if I'm like making like I don't know if I'm coming across as very intellectual when I say that, but
No, that makes sense.
yeah.
Just about.
But yeah, like I definitely do want to see that Joshua. Like I love Usyk too. I mean I think the heavyweight picture is great, but I just think it just really like out of all the fights in boxing, more than Spence Crawford, more than Canelo Caleb Plant, I want to see Joshua Fury.
Joshua Fury.
Joshua Fury is the fight to make in boxing.
I think
Yeah.
I think it'll happen, but I don't think it'll happen at the right time. Unfortunately.
It's gonna be like another one of those like 5 years too late kind of thing.
Yeah, probably. Probably, most likely. After getting teased for it, because they even announced.
They were like,
Yeah.
the Tyson Fury came on Instagram. He's like, official fight announcement. He does not sound like that. I don't know why that came out of my mouth.
I mean, you're not far off. You're not too far off of that, but
Official fight announcement.
Official fight announcement.
Why does your Tyson Fury sound African?
African. I thought that sounded like Russian, to be honest with you. I'm the bad man. Yeah.
Tyson Fury, he's never gonna have a fight that doesn't have any controversy surrounding it.
Yeah.
Like I said, again, that's.
Well, I mean, he is a
yeah.
gypsy, so I guess there's like a negative connotation that comes with that. So.
Yeah, so but regardless, when it comes to the fight itself, it's just all about who can.
I mean, you ever watch Hunchback of Notre Dame? You know the gypsies are evil.
the gypsies. The gypsies. I mean, man. But regardless, when you're in the ring, all that matters is who's gonna stand, like who's gonna be last standing. You know what I mean, or who's gonna be standing last. However you want to say it, right? But just about when it comes to that stuff, like I said, it's all about making money off these fighters too, like the marketing value you have behind you. So I mean, let's think about this, right? going back to Jake Paul, right? I'm not trying to talk about him too much, but like I can really kind of, how do I say it? I can see where he's coming from when he goes about like doing his trolling and whatnot, because it's good publicity. Like, how do I say this? I even remember there was news of freaking not Rocky Balboa, the actor who played him.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Yeah, I think some paparazzi team while he was walking out and about in Cali, right, was asking him about Conor McGregor and Jake Paul fighting. He basically said McGregor would be a fool to not take it at this point. He has to at this point, really. I don't know about you, but like with the new population of kids or young people getting into boxing, if you've been teased by Jake Paul and you've lost twice, I mean, what do you have to lose?
I mean, he doesn't have to take the fight.
He doesn't have to either at the same time, but like it's.
And also, I mean, like as much as I like dislike Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul would win that fight.
Word.
Yeah, I think so.
Word.
Well,
it's debatable to be honest with you.
They're different sports.
No, I mean but
like,
here's the thing,
they're different sports, and anyone who says, I know like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is smaller, way smaller than Jake Paul.
Right.
Jake Paul's like 6 feet tall or something like that, right? Conor McGregor's like 5'8". He's my height. You know what I mean? And Jake Paul has been like, he's not a bad boxer. He's an okay boxer. He's not gonna beat I doubt he would beat he could beat some pro boxers, but I doubt he would beat like a good pro boxer.
I'm gonna just.
But he can. Yeah. That's why he keeps fighting these MMA fighters.
Right.
Because he knows he could beat them.
No, I mean I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like as of now, until the next fight, all the fighters he's been fighting have been the worst of their sport. Just about. Let's talk about Nate Robinson. He's not the worst at basketball, I'm pretty sure, but like, kid didn't really train that much. I would say kid, but I'd rather say that than him saying like he was gonna do this fight for his kids and then get mollywopped on the floor, wiped out. He lost his Sonic rings off rip, right? I mean, as soon as he got hit, he just started like caving in just about. And let's talk about Ben Askren. At that point,
was a world-class wrestler.
Yeah, but he can't strike.
No, that's the thing though too. So you have to understand.
Pause.
Yeah.
Just for the record, sorry Ben, but you are the worst striker I've seen on the planet Earth. You cannot hit a heavy bag to save your life. And I do not apologize for saying that. You are a terrible boxer.
But wait, but can I? Yeah, no. But can I say
you're a great wrestler, but you are a shitty boxer?
No, like I even like wrestling myself too. Like I'm more, like I said with my weight and like with my specifications I just gave out, right? I'm more of a wrestling type of guy. I'm a grappler. Like Baki. The anime. Just about. You're gonna notice that a lot. But basically, like I was saying though, like with Ben Askren, he's the worst in his sport. I mean, when I say his sport, I mean boxing. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's a wrestler. I can't expect much. But I say this, can I be mad at Jake Paul for picking someone he knows is the worst at, boxing? No, it's an easy win. It's easy to rack up your wins against as well to make you more convincing. Because at a certain point, we can definitely say market-wise, Jake Paul is, a better fit than his brother Logan Paul. Because at this point, Logan's taken like what? An L for sure from KSI, which is counted because they both took up pro licenses for that. And honestly, the exhibition fight with Mayweather, we're not gonna count it, but we can all. It's pretty safe to say, he didn't take the dub on that one, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like I can't. No. Like, if you think otherwise, right? I don't want to tell you. I don't know what screen you were looking. I don't know what planet you were in watching that fight. But again,
You know who I think a good fight for Jake Paul would be if he really wants to prove himself to the boxing community?
Who's that?
Tony Bellew. He's retired. He's like Tony Bellew, one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time, right?
Yeah.
But he is a couple years inactive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still like a couple years inactive. So I mean, I think it'd be a good test if you want to prove you're legit. That's a good test.
I was thinking Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury too.
Tommy Fury has about 4 or 5 fights, doesn't he?
Yeah. Tommy Fury would be a good test too.
I don't think
Tommy.
would, though.
Yeah, I don't think Tommy Fury is great though. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's a great boxer.
Who knows? He hasn't really fought anybody.
Yeah, he hasn't really fought anybody, right?
But again, like this fight with Jake Paul that he's doing with this other chap, Tyron Woodley. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley. Right. Like I can for sure tell you. I mean, just based off looks and everything like that, and maybe I'm just being like, and I'm scoring everyone else.
What did you say earlier off mic? You were like something about a black guy.
No, to be real to yourself, when it listen, hey, to keep it a stack with you, to keep it 100, like a buck, you know, a 1 million, you know, like a perky. Basically, right? When it comes to the African American community, and we can all, you know, agree on this, right? We kind of expect our own to come out on top regardless, because, you know, it's more of a diaspora type of thing, like, you know, hey, we rise above just about, you know, it's that black pride, you know what I mean? And it's just how it is, right? But with me, it's like I expect him to give Jake Paul a good amount of work, right? This ain't Ben Askren, this ain't Nate Robinson, and this isn't Deji, which I want to talk about too. How you come to a weigh-in looking like someone's daddy, right? After, you know, being the only one in Jake's, you know, in Jake's career, right, to make him draw blood, right? How you come that unprofessional to fight? Like, basically, I kid you not, the kid literally came through the weigh-in for that, you know, Battle of the Platforms fight, looking like a sack of potatoes. When his brother literally went through that kid, like, after the fight with the criticism and whatnot, bro, like,
He
that's
looked a
true.
lot better when he fought
Jake, right? Right. It's mind blowing. And like, you know, hey, put it on the coaches and whatnot, right? But if you have that much hype behind you, he has so much hope with you as well. To like, you know, bro, I kid you not, bro. He went up.
He trained like 5 times a day too.
5 times a day, my ass. I kid you not. It barely looked like he even like raised his hand a day, right? I tell you what, right? He literally, you know, he went up against someone way back who wanted to make something of themselves in boxing. As much as I don't like Jake Paul, you know, for the most part, you know, as much as I see social media trying to take him out, you know, he's made a name for himself, you know what I mean? Like, out here, like, he's not like, he ain't Canelo, you know what I mean? He ain't Pacquiao, he ain't, you know, Mayweather at all, you know what I mean? You know, them guys will still wash him out, eat his ass, and, you know, throw him in the garbage, you know?
Maybe.
Right.
Mayweather's pretty old, but...
Not Mayweather, you know, but again, like, so
Pacquiao
far.
would fuck him up.
Yeah.
Pacquiao would actually rape him.
Like, you know, to keep it a buck, you know, we ain't trying to say that to offend anyone.
Keep in mind, like,
right?
Manny Pacquiao probably has the most impressive resume of all time, considering he went through 8 weight divisions.
I ain't trying. All I know is this. Man
went from like straw weight to super welterweight.
Right.
8 weight divisions. That's fucking unheard of.
Man, cop the Super Saiyan prick off rip. I tell you what, like, you know, when it comes to boxing and whatnot, I wouldn't want to mess with the Filipino off rip. Not like it's something like race specific at all, but like, you know, them fighters, you know, they come in different. They come in different. They come
the calves, dude. I'm telling
calves,
you.
I kid you not. They come in different. I mean, I have big calves. No, yeah, I have. You know, I'm out here with like elephant calves too. You know what I mean? You know, it's that West African blood in me. But you know, that's saying physiology. But I tell you what, my guy, like, you know, like I said, these kids, they're coming in, they're trying to make a name for themselves. You know, with the platforms they have, and they're trying to be more than, you know, a dude, you know, doing TikTok dances. What do you call it, the WAP challenge on TikTok and whatnot. I kid you not, bro.
WAP challenge.
Yeah, I kid you not. Listen. You have to take into consideration, right, that some of these kids are trying to be boxers. They're entertainers, and you know, as an entertainer, you do some pretty cringy things. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day when I used to make music and stuff. Jeez, man, like in high school, freshman year, my joints were, you know, it's cringe. But here's the thing. I mean, it depends on the people around you. I kid you not. There are people around me not telling me my stuff is trash. Now, when I'm actually putting in work and stuff in studio work and whatnot, with, you know, with the radio placement and all that stuff, not even to say, you know, not even take it off topic, but basically, you know, you gotta grow. You know what I mean? You're gonna do things that are gonna take off some, you know, notoriety from you when you try and get big in a certain area. With boxing, for example, I'm gonna just say this though, mad respects, you know, to Jake, because he's doing his thing. Yeah. He's picking easy fights. We all gonna agree on that. Yeah. But you know, except Tyron Woodley.
Not too easy.
Not too easy. Not like he's taking, you know.
I think Woodley's a respectable opponent.
I mean, when I looked at the guy, I mean, hey man, you niggas in trouble. Off it, you know what I mean? You know, pardon the, you know, everything like that. This is how I roll out here. But you know, to keep it a buck with you, right? You're in trouble. You know, to keep it a buck. Actually, let me actually talk about this. Jake Paul even had like, I think I don't know if it was an interview or something like that, but they were like on a stand and whatnot. Yeah. It was filmed. I think he made a bet with Tyron Woodley saying, listen, yeah, you remember that? He said if you...
Something about his purse?
Right, yeah, no, not even that. It's it was a bet. It's a bet.
Tattoo.
Right, tattoo. Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
Listen. Yeah. No, you know, so I got this sort of drama alert, but, you know, he's also, you know, Michael over here, he knows about it too. So, I mean, yeah, he's verified. Basically, Jake, like, you know, He just said, "Tell you what, you wipe me off the, you wipe my ass on the ring, you put a tattoo on me, or I'll get a tattoo saying I love Tyron Woodley. Now, if I wipe your ass on the ring, right, you gotta get it. And I love Jake Paul tattoo on you, right? To keep it a buck, I don't think the kid's gonna get the tattoo if he gets wiped out. But it's things like that.
It's coming from the guy who's a "got your hat" tattoo.
I got your hat. Yeah, same kid. But like I said, the kid's like a promoter for real. As much as I hate the kid, he's a good promoter. Conspiracy follows him. When people hate you.
As much as I do not like talking about Jake Paul. Let's get back to talking about real boxing. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about before we end this show.
Right.
The prospect of a Gervonta Davis versus Josh Taylor fight, which is something I was not expecting, but it's something I want to see now.
How tall is Josh Taylor?
I think Josh Taylor's I'm actually not sure how tall he is.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
he's pretty big. Isn't he?
Here's the thing, right? That would be a hell of a fight, right? Because Josh Taylor says, and I quote, "I would absolutely destroy Gervonta." Right?
Oh, he got balls, for real. All right.
Well, but here's the thing: Gervonta's going to a class up, and Barrios gave him trouble, and Josh Taylor's not Barrios.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, it was his first fight at 140. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I think that it's something I didn't know I wanted in my life, but it's something now that I need in my life. I need to see this fight happen.
See it?
I really want to see this fight.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it would be interesting. I think that Josh Taylor would win just because he's longer. And I think he would be able to he knows how to use that, and especially against Tank.
And his style too.
Stylistic.
Well, also stylistically, I think he gives Tank trouble, because you know what I mean. Because Josh Taylor likes to stick and move a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's also a southpaw, I believe, right?
Josh Taylor.
Yeah, Josh Taylor's a southpaw.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, it would be southpaw versus southpaw, which is something that Tank isn't as used to. So, I don't know. That's a prospect in the fight. But let us know who you think would win in the comments: Josh Taylor or Gervonta Davis. That's a question of the day. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we appreciate you tuning in. We will see you next week. Peace.
Take care. Slaughter.